Couple more minutes to go, and Nicole Gavin and I had a really tough job a couple of months ago. We were forced to go to lobster heaven and go to Lobster Fest in Rockland, Maine, and enjoy the best lobster in the world. It was good. It was real. We also were able to catch the lobster and find out the source and find out where it comes from firsthand. And we can now vouch for that HPP process, which is that high pressure process, which is make sure that all that lobster comes out each and every time is going to be brought to you in every one of these extraordinary lobsters that we're sending you from Greenhead. Great to have you back, Nicole.
Hey, Rick.
I'll tell you one thing about this assortment. These are the big guys. Like, how huge are these lobsters?
6 to 7 ounces.
So 6 to 7 ounces. Look at the size of these lobsters. And yet, you're being the super lobster expert here, and a chef, and a caterer. They're still in that sweet spot, pun intended, where they're still succulent and sweet and juicy and tender and not too tough, right?
Exactly. When you get those like gigantic 10-pound lobster tails, you know, those are when they start to get tough and kind of stringy and they lose their flavor a little bit. This is exactly what you said, the sweet spot. So these are the best of the best.
Before we show you like where they're coming from, there's a 6 choice and then a 12 choice, 6 or 12, 6 to 7 ounce. You save not $20 or $25 by getting the 12. You save $50 by getting it. One time around auto delivery, only did this month on Easy Pay, right? So now let's go to the source. And then we'll bring in our melted butter. Let's take a little trip virtually. Where are we?
This is Stonington, Maine. Now, Stonington is known as the lobster capital of the world, and it's all about this pristine, gorgeous location right here on the Gulf of Maine. It's just got the secret sauce, the beautiful rock-bound coast, the ice-cold water. It just produces the sweetest and most succulent lobster in the entire world. And we do something really cool with these lobster tails. It's called HPP, or high-pressure processing.
You just showed it.
Exactly. So what it means is we put tons of high pressure inside of the lobsters. So when you go to release the meat, it does two things. It releases it from the shell and it cleans it also. So it's not going to be all goopy. You don't have to bring out your lobster bibs for this one.
You don't have to bring out your lobster bibs, and you don't have to cut, and you don't have to break, and you don't have to hassle when you're actually serving your lobster. So it'll look great. You can actually serve it like this, right? And they take it out, and it's fantastic. And then you dive in. But I got to tell you, when you get this at home, realize all of that is edible. All of that is delicious.
Exactly.
How do you make yours? What's the easiest way for you to make it?
So the easiest thing to do is to boil or steam them for 1 minute per ounce. So for a 6 to 7 ounce tail, you want to boil or steam for about 6.5 minutes.
1 minute per ounce.
It's so easy. You set a timer and then forget about it. You can focus on something else. When your timer goes off, the lobster's done. There's no guesswork involved. All you have to do is press go on your timer, and then you've made an amazing lobster dinner.
So these are huge. Again, these are 6 to 7 ounce. These are massive. They're meaty. They're succulent. They're sweet. They're delicious. And if you want to go for it, this is not included. Well, you actually do get the Kate's butter. All you do is melt it, and then what you do is you enjoy. The delicacy is here. We realize you're looking at the price point right now and saying, okay, not for everybody, but you know who you are. Somebody celebrating an anniversary or an incredible Christmas gift. You want to turn the in-laws, you want to get together as a family and say, we're getting, instead of gift cards, white tablecloth restaurant, seafood restaurant, right? $100, $100 for table for two. You get them all of these.
Yeah, exactly. I love these as a gift idea because think about the person in your life who has everything. I like to give those people an experience because an experience is something that they can't get anywhere else. So when you send them some lobster tails that are certified from Maine, so you know they're getting really great quality, you can enjoy that as an experience, and it just makes it so much more special than, you know, another thing, more stuff.
I would also say more stuff. You got it. 6 choice is more popular right now, understandably. 5 easy payments, but you save $50 if you do want to invest in, I'll say we use the word invest, in the 12 count. With the Kate's butter, get them, you steam them, right? Boil them. Lots of ways you can do it.
Super
but with this size, this is now a massive entree.
This is a massive entree. I mean, if you wanted to do a surf and turf, I would cut these bad boys in half.
Right.
Because they're big.
Good point.
This is going to be more than enough food for one person. And it's really cool because you get to eat the whole tail. You don't have to struggle with it to get it out. I mean, look in here. If you can see inside, there's nothing left behind. If you listen, if you put your ear up to it, You can hear the ocean.
I can. Yeah. The owner of the company is yelling at me. He's saying to me, "Look at all the different ways that you can serve these. So many different ways."
Exactly.
When we were in Rockland, I'm telling you, we had lobster mac and cheese. We had a lobster.
The club sandwich. Remember the club sandwich?
Club sandwich. That beat
Delicious.
Bobby Flay
It
in one of these
did.
throwdowns.
Yep.
It was so incredible at one of the restaurants. So
all this lobster.
again, coming back to knowing your source, coming back to where this is from, it's best in class. Why do you think?
Exactly.
I know this, you know this, but for our viewers, why is that know your source best in class in terms of the flavor?
Exactly. It all comes down to the flavor and the texture as well. Rick, did you know that the lobster that you find in Maine is not the same lobster as you would find in the water, say, in Florida or the Caribbean? It's actually a completely different species. And if you've had lobster from warm water before and thought maybe like, I don't really get it, I don't get the lobster hype, it's because you haven't had a true Maine lobster. It's all about that location right there in the Gulf of Maine, that really cold, pristine water. It just gives you the best lobster.
What blew me away when we were on the boat is that everything's so high tech. There's AI. There's now computerized this, computerized. They're going out in boats and they're opening up the cages and they're grabbing the lobsters. It's that old-fashioned classic way.
Exactly.
They own their territory, Julia. Come on in.
I'm never missing
Have
an
a bite.
opportunity.
Oh, I
for this
know.
lobster.
My girl loves some lobster.
Yes, I do. I'll be on the other. I'll be at home and I'll be watching the TV as I get in my car. I'm coming for the lobster. You can't stop me because it's just that good. And I love how unbelievably easy it is. I always tell you this, Nicole, when we present together, working in those high-end restaurants. First of all, MP, market price. You never know what it's going to be, and it's not going to be good these days. Let me tell you that much. You're going to be
That's a fact.
shocking. It's going to be shock and awe. But so many times we would bring out lobster to these guests, and we'd be like, "That looks gorgeous. Now take it back and deshell it for me." So they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start.
Totally.
Let me grab one of these. I know we're running out of time. Can I grab a bite?
It's that simple.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
So 6 or 12. This is also on auto delivery. One of the few items that it's on auto delivery if you want to lock into this. Every 90 days, can cancel at any time.
Oh, yeah.
M91714. With that, I'll say, Nicole, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you both.
A couple more items to go until
So
just a few minutes away. Okay, Julia, all you.
Oh, God, my mouth is full of lobster.
I'm going to dive into this. I love this
Help
stuff.
a sister out.